Okay, welcome back to the kitchen. Today we are going to be making one of my favorites, avocado toast. The main components, obviously an avocado, some cherry tomatoes or grape tomatoes, whatever you want to use, and we're going to be making a poached egg. So let's get started. To begin, you want to take a knife, nice and sharp, and just work your way around the avocado, just like that. And then, voila. You want to just cut little crisscrosses, just like that. And I'm sure you've already seen this in many of my other videos, like my ultimate breakfast video. And you'll just take a spoon and simply scoop it out. Just go right around it and watch that all come out. Really, if you want to select a ripe avocado just like this, it should be nicely firm but not too mushy. You don't want it to be super hard, but you want there to be a little bit of a push. And to get this out, you just want to push your knife in and twist. Comes right out. Before we do this, I just want to quickly start cutting up our tomatoes because we're going to cook this down. Actually, it really brings out some great flavor when you cook your tomatoes. So let's get the pan nice and hot, bring it up to heat, and all I'm going to do is I'm just going to half these the long way, just like that. We're going to take a little bit of olive oil and add it into our pan, and we can also take a little bit of garlic. I just love the flavor of garlic. I'm literally using a paring knife to cut this open. And we're just gonna mince it down really quick. Cut in, kind of like an onion. 2 little marks, just be careful with your fingers. Then cut a bunch of slits on top, like that. And then just cut it really small. And you have little minces, just like that. With a paring knife, of course. You don't have to be too crazy with it. Garlic is great when it cooks down. So we'll take this and we'll add it to our pan. It's very aromatic. The smell really comes out. It smells delicious in here. And we'll take a little bit of salt, very little to start because you can always add more to season at the end. And just a little bit of black pepper. And just let that cook down for a bit. Keep it on low heat and just let it go for a little, 5 minutes or so. Okay, so in the meantime while that's cooking, we're gonna start making our avocado spread. So you're gonna have lemon juice, a few drops of that, about a teaspoon. We're gonna take some garlic powder. Just a small amount, just to season. A little bit of onion powder. I like to use a little bit of chipotle chili just to spice it up a little bit, give it a flair. Nothing crazy because this gets really spicy. And then some black pepper, of course. And finally I finish up with a little bit of salt. Okay, so now we're just gonna mash it with a fork. And the lemon sort of preserves the greenness of the avocado, so you can sort of just cover it and put it away in the fridge. And let's get back to those tomatoes. So they've been cooking for about 5 minutes, and I like to actually just add a little bit of honey. The reason I like to add a little bit of honey is because it gives it a nice char, because sugar always burns faster than anything else. Turn the heat all the way up too. See this? That's how you want your tomatoes to be, nice and charred. There's a little bit of brownness starting to develop. It cooks really quick from here. You can just take a glass container or anything heat-proof and just leave them in there for now. Just set that aside to cool. So to make your poached egg, all you want to do is get water to just under a simmer and add in a few caps of vinegar to it, just like 2, and cook it for 4 minutes. So I'm slicing up some sourdough bread. I highly recommend you get any sort of fresh baked bread, especially sourdough is really good. And we're just brushing it with oil to get it nice and crispy on the outside. It's hard for me to say. And then we're just gonna add a few nice dollops of our avocado spread, 3 little spoonfuls. And you'll just nicely spread it out evenly on your toast. I personally love to give it a little smokiness with some smoked paprika. You could add in just a little bit, like a sprinkle to taste. Okay, we'll take our tomatoes and just lay them nicely right over our toast, just like that. Really simple, really easy, and these tomatoes are so delicious. And we'll also actually take a small leaf of basil because, you know, tomatoes need their basil, and just nicely chop it into little pieces, about half a leaf. Finally, we'll just lay our lovely egg right on top. You can do 2 if you'd like, but I'm just gonna stick with 1. Of course, you wanna give it a little bit of black pepper. Tiny bit of flaky salt really just gives it that beautiful final touch. If you want a little spice, we'll do a tiny dash of chili powder. And finally, of course, I love to drizzle it with just a little bit of olive oil right on top. And that is the freshest avocado toast you can possibly make. Try it, eat it, subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you guys Friday.